Vergil is one of the most popular antagonists of video game industry. The cold speeches, rigid walk, and charismatic fighting style led to his popularity being compared to movie characters like Darth Vader and Joker. The transition of a mad boy in his 20s to a tired, broken middle-aged man took the fans by surprise. In this video, we're going to do a little analyze of his character and if he aged well or not. This is all Soul, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep in mind that I'm not going to talk about Urizen and V, as they are two completely different personalities. Let's start with his personality traits. From what we know from their childhood, Dante was a brat and would bully Vergil, while the older brother was a calm introvert. He liked reading books, especially William Blake, and wouldn't take interest in normal kids' activities. We can find some reasons here behind why he is so loved in the community. For many young men and women can relate to his childhood. The death of his mother and how he thought she has abandoned him left a mark on Vergil's mind, creating an everlasting trauma. First, we should compare the looks. In Devil May Cry 3, they wanted to create the duality of opposing forces, so they used a bright shade of red and blue. Here we can see the lines of golden color in Vergil's clothing too, giving a hint that he saw himself as royalty, since he was too proud of being a son of Sparta. In the fifth game, they got rid of the complementary color palette and leaned towards darker shades representing the darkness that took over him. All the clothing pieces he wears in the third game can be seen here too, the boots, the vest, the gloves, but in a cooler and more stylish way. Overall, I like the new clothing design better, though that can't be said about his face. Vergil's face in Devil May Cry 3 is sheer malevolence and charisma. Almost all of his facial features are designed with straight lines and sharp angles. This goes hand in hand with how he fights. While Dante's style is summarized in being the craziest man in the room, doing anything he pleases, Vergil is bounded to his codes. He won't sacrifice his dignity to win a fight. That's why there are few curvatures in his face, showing his reluctance to flexibility. These unique features can't be seen in the last game. His face is like a tired old man waiting to die, which shouldn't be the case for someone who is willing to go great lengths for an apple. All his mewing is gone, and they tried to create the feeling of getting old with his hair too, but since all of his hair was already white, they instead had to darken some strands. Now for the main event, the identity. In Devil May Cry 3, Vergil has the upper hand against Dante by far. He defeats him like it's nothing, and even activates his brother's power intentionally by stabbing him with the rebellion. He's so superior to Dante that he doesn't even care about fighting him. His real goal is achieving more power, becoming more like his father. As I said in another video, this whole game is filled with daddy issues. Anyway, Vergil's goal is set, gaining power. In Devil May Cry 5 though, he turns into a 5-year-old with his brother, counting how many times he defeated Dante. Now you might say they're stuck in the demon world and have nothing else to do. But think to yourself, would the old Vergil just sit in one place and fight Dante? Wounded and weak, he immediately challenged Mundus to prove himself worthy of being Sparta's son. Another one would be how he suddenly cares about humanity, which leads us to the third section, character development. In the third game, Vergil started as an angry boy who just wanted to be better, to be more powerful, to be like Sparta. In front of him, he saw Dante who couldn't care less about any of these. While Vergil was proud of being Sparta's son, Dante claimed he doesn't have a father and only loved his mother. While Vergil considered himself as a demon, Dante referred to himself as human. This duality boggled Vergil's mind. As I said in the last part, he didn't care about fighting his brother, since he was so superior than him. So why would he do it again and again? To prove to himself that Dante's ideas are wrong, that it's his mindset that is making him weak, that might controls everything. When he gets defeated in the final battle, he gets slapped by the reality. He's shocked to see that he was wrong and not Dante. That's why he says, "Am I being defeated?" with such awe and confusion. Vergil walks a long path to become the man who tells his younger brother to leave this demon world and save himself. Unfortunately, that is not the case in the last game. The big change in Devil May Cry 5 is Vergil caring about humans and trying to protect them, but we can't see the process of how he reaches this conclusion. The only reason in my opinion was Nero. Not that he found out about having a son, but that if he wouldn't close the gates of Demon World himself, Nero would. But as I said, there wasn't any process of change to make him less arrogant and care about other people. On the other hand, one detail that I really loved about the 5th game's Vergil is how he despises his loneliness, the one he brought to himself by his decisions, and wishes he could have Dante's life, with his friends circling him, being happy and being loved. In the end, what man would intentionally choose being lonely over the warmth of a companion? That's why I believe that this ending, as unfitting as it is to Vergil's character, is the best happy ending he could get, an eternity with his brother. If you enjoyed, hit the like button and subscribe, watch this video of Devil May Cry 3 parody, and as always, be safe and don't you dare go hollow.